Hey everyone! The VOD you're about to watch was originally live streamed on Twitch, but I know some of you prefer a different platform to watch on or to watch whenever you want at your leisure. Or maybe it's years from now and you're just now joining us and checking out my archives. And either way, welcome. I typically stream on Twitch on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you'd like to join us live, you can find the links to my Twitch page and all of my other social media down in the description. I am just starting out, so bear with me. Style under construction. If you have any comments or feedback, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you like this, I'd really like it if you would like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm very grateful. I'm super excited about this content that I'm creating, and I hope you guys are too. I love hearing from you. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks a bunch. Good morning. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I guess we'll figure it out real quick as we go. We'll chat where I can see it. Yeah, morning Kitsune. I have in fact moved my microphone so it's not sitting directly under the window anymore. So hopefully you won't be getting as many traffic noises. There will probably still be some. Oh no, Muja. I'm so sorry. Oh no, Luffy, why? I'm gonna guess it was just like a running jump on it. Because that sounds like a very Luffy thing to do. No cat scratches today. I am good. So we will be sewing today. You can kind of still see it. The one I had last week was right here. So it wasn't that bad. I just had like a band-aid wrapped around my entire hand, which made it rather awkward. But we're good now. Ooh, being fed is good. What kind of food? Because like there's many foods that can be put in the oven. Yeah, so we finished the last flower that we were doing 2 weeks ago. So we will be starting a new one today. New keyboard should arrive Monday or Tuesday. Oh no. Yeah, liquid's worse. I'm glad it was just the keyboard and not like the entire laptop, because that would suck. Let's see if I actually remember how to sew. It's been a while. Ooh. Pre-made Korean barbecue chicken thighs. Oh, that does sound lovely. I'm not a huge person for dark meat myself. I tend to prefer breasts and white meat. Go figure, I'm a lesbian. But yeah, chicken thighs made with the right seasonings and stuff are delicious. No, I guess that's not too loud. It just sounds really loud in my headphones today for some reason. So as always, yeah, let me know if volumes need to be adjusted now that I've moved my mic. But we should be good. It's just that it's over here instead of being over here, and the window's over here. So I'm hoping to cut down on some of the traffic noise, but we'll see. Okay. And your desert bus what? Oh no. Well, I'm sorry, Musha. You're just gonna have to throw the whole pupper out. Please no, Luffy's amazing. But yeah, no, that sucks. It's, I guess, the downside of having a rambunctious, energetic pet. I mean, possibly. It depends what it's made of. Are those things plastic or are they food grade silicone? That's a good idea, yeah. If it was... Well, yeah, because you could repair it with resin, but that wouldn't be ideal from a food safety standpoint. Very thin break on the bottom. Yes, silicone should work. I mean, if all else fails, you're not going to break it more than it's already broken, so you might as well try. Slow leak. Yeah. If you, I would say maybe just put a layer of silicone across the entire bottom, because then that'll seal wherever the break is. It should work. Hopefully. Oh, good luck. Let us know how it goes. I am very excited that this week is my last week at my current job. I have 5 more shifts to get through and then I'm free. And I'm taking a week off in between. I don't start at my new job until week after next. So hopefully going to be doing sewing. May or may not do a couple bonus streams next week. I haven't quite decided yet. Depends on how tired I am and how much sleeping I end up doing. Yeah, thank you. Oh man, Musha, my new job is like right up your alley. So I will be working for the local college that's literally 2 blocks away from me. So yay, no more commute. Oh, that's like the biggest new advantage. But I'll be working in their food services department, handling like all their daily financial reporting, making sure that like what the POS system says we sold matches what we actually took in, matches what the bank says we deposited, kind of stuff. And then I'm also going to be doing all of the back end like data handling, so updating their menus, updating their prices, making sure everything rings correctly, troubleshooting the POSs on site, handling the student accounts to make sure that like when they deposit money it goes to the right place. And the hiring manager was so sweet. She was like, she kept repeating over and over, like making sure I knew that like this is a solitary job and you're probably going to be on your own a lot, and you know, it's just going to be a lot of like number crunching and paperwork. And I'm like, honey, that's fine with me. That's what I like. Please don't put me in with people. This sounds like a dream job. Give me an office by myself where I can just sit and work. I need more thread. So yeah, I'm really excited for this job. she was telling me I'm gonna have to do studying and like get up to date on tax code, because like there's various tax exemption statuses and stuff that I'll have to know about when handling the student accounts, and the various ways that like different foods are taxed. So that'll actually be really interesting. Like I enjoy learning, so I'm really looking forward to a new challenge and digging in to learn new things. So yeah, it's I'm hoping it's going to be real good. And even if it's not real good for the amount of money they're paying me and the amount of raise it is over my current job, I would do just about anything. Okay, so in the interview process, I had to admit that I am in fact a giant nerd. Because so part of the job, of course, is like database handling and database building, and tracking in like spreadsheets and stuff. So one of the questions in the interview was like, so do you have any experience like actually building and manipulating databases, specifically in Excel, because that's what they use mostly, because it's a college, right? They're not going to have they don't have a lot of custom built systems. They just kind of use what's available, which means Excel. And I was like, well, because my current job doesn't have me do any of that. It's outside my role. And I was like, well, I did some projects in, university, and took a class on Excel in business uses in university. But then I've also built various Excel sheets for my own use to track things in video games where, like, this has, event A has a certain probability of happening, which may drop A, B, or C loot at various probabilities, and may then trigger event B and event C at certain probabilities. And I actually have like built spreadsheets to track various stuff like that before. So I was telling them about that in the interview. But the manager actually seemed fairly impressed that I was doing stuff like that just sort of on my own time for the fun of it, essentially. So hopefully that reflected well. I mean, it got me the job, so I'm not going to complain. But I was like, hi, yeah, I'm the nerd that builds Excel sheets to track video game happenings. But yeah, I'm super stoked for this. As soon as I got the job, I was like, oh, I have to tell Muja about this. This is exactly her kind of job. Yeah, that's true. The fact that I'm willing to put it to use in my own daily life and not just because I'm told to at a job. That's fair. It was just mildly embarrassing. But yeah, 2-minute commute. I'll actually get to like... So one of the other things I'm really excited about for this job is... So my current position that I've been in for 7 years is like a logistics position. So it's a lot of working on the loading dock, moving fixtures around, moving boxes around, moving product around. So our dress code is essentially jeans and whatever shirt is comfortable. Like, obviously they can't be ripped to shit. They have to look nice. But for the past 7 years, I've been wearing jeans and not my best shirts because they get torn up. So, I mean, I've been wearing comfy clothes, but it's not been my nicest clothes. So I'm actually pretty excited that this new job is office setting, and I'll actually have, I'll get to dress up and wear my nicer clothes and wear makeup. Because at my current job, I just don't bother. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to the chance to be a bit more fancy and put together on the regular. And I will not miss the box lifting at all. I mean, it's fine, but like after 7 years of it, I'm done. And I've been there long enough now that like my boss gets into cycles where he'll be like, okay, well, we're going to rearrange this stock room completely so that it makes things easier for us. And then like a year or two later, he'll decide that he doesn't like that anymore and go back to the way it was before. And then a year or two later, he'll decide he doesn't like that anymore and he'll change it up again in a different way. And I've been there long enough, through enough of those, that I'm getting really exasperated with him. And I'm like, Mark, stop it. Please, just pick away. And it's not that he's actually making them better. He's just kind of changing them for the sake of change. And it's getting very frustrating. So I'm happy to leave that to the newer workers that have not been through that entire cycle and are still happy to move shit for him. Also, if I hear him say that it's the last time we're doing this and next time it'll be the department's responsibility one more time, I might slug him, because he has said that every single time, every 6 months for the last 7 years, that this is the last time we're going to be doing this, and it never is. Oh yeah, if it was an actual improvement, I wouldn't mind. But it's just, he'll fiddle with stuff to see if it works, and it doesn't. And then instead of leaving it alone, he just kind of keeps fiddling with it. And like, I get that that he does want to improve it, and that's why he's fiddling with it. It just, I don't know, it gets very frustrating after a long time. Especially since he's not actually the one doing any of the work. He's the manager, right? So he'll decide to fiddle with it and come up with this grand plan and then make us do the fiddling, which I think is probably what's more frustrating to me. Because I'm the one doing all the manual labor whenever he decides that he wants to move things across the room. Oh yeah, if you're in charge and you want to change it, go for it. But don't decide to change it and then make other people do it for you for no actual benefit. That's probably what's the most frustrating to me. And again, I've been there long enough that I've been through it multiple times and I'm just kind of done with it. But it's no longer my problem. Or it won't be after this week anyway. He's a great guy. Like, I love him. He's been a good manager. It's just he's got his little quirks like that make it frustrating to work with him sometimes. But, I mean, every manager's gonna have those kind of things, right? That just happens to be his. That and his apparent inability to give me a steady schedule. But that's kind of a retail thing. Good people can be bad managers. Yeah, that's a good point. I wouldn't say he's a bad manager. He's just he's got a little bit of that managerial tone deafness sometimes, where he doesn't quite listen to those of us that are actually going to be doing the job and just kind of decides that his way is best. Not all the time, but enough that it's frustrating. But overall, he's been pretty good to us. He definitely could have been a lot worse, I'll put it that way. And his assistants are both great. I love both my assistant managers.
Ah, yeah, so you weren't so much reorging it as just putting it back the way it was supposed to be after 6 months to a year of degradation. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing too. I totally get that, Muja. The, because your bosses can talk about tried to revamp the method so they actually stuck with it. Yeah, that's the big thing. Because you can be as dedicated and hardworking as you want, but if the entire team isn't on board, then it's not going to work. We have a few systems like that at our place too. Because we've got our core team that's been there for a long time, but then we get new hires and seasonals and students that are there part-time, and getting them to actually buy into making sure everything's done the right way is such a trial. It's another thing I'm not going to miss at all. Because like our a big one is like our censoring standards, because I work at a fashion retailer. So garments over a certain price get alarming censor tags on them, so that if they're going to be shoplifted, they'll alarm. Um, and trying to convince our new hires to stick to the actual standards is a pain in the butt. To the point where if I see something that's miscensored, I don't even call it out anymore. I just kind of pick it up and fix it, because it's not worth having the same argument over and over and over. But yeah, I'm very happy to be getting out of retail in general, for many, many reasons. But yeah, hopefully everyone's having a fairly good week. I realize I've just spent like the last half an hour ranting, which I apologize for. Ugh, yeah, that sucks, Misha. The laziness of retail associates cannot be overstated. Oh no. Are they bothering you, or have you had them out? If you have not had them out and they are bothering you, you should definitely get them out. Because wisdom teeth are not to be messed with. But also that sucks, because yeah, wisdom teeth suck. One of mine decided that it was going to come in pieces while I was living in Japan. So I just kind of had to deal with it. Luckily, it wasn't painful at all. It was already like dead, so there wasn't a nerve, and it didn't hurt. It was just annoying and sharp, and I had to be careful how I chewed for 3 months because I was in Japan. Oh no. Did it at least get rescheduled for sometime fairly soon, hopefully? Because that's not really something you want to delay super long. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hopefully you can get them out sometime soon. Let's see, I only have 2 more for this round. What? They can't be removed? They can't be removed, or they shouldn't be removed. Either way, that's bonkers. Hopefully they're not bothering you. Because if they're bothering you, they definitely should be removed. Oh, jeez. Oh, that sucks, Muja. I mean, yeah, that. Oh, dear. I mean, I would say get a second opinion for sure. Go to another oral surgeon if you can. Um, but oh boy, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that would do it. Face nerves are not fun. And teeth in general are not fun. I dislike dentists greatly, not because I'm scared of them, but because having my mouth open that wide and having tools shoved in it sets off my anxiety really bad. So if I have to stay in the dentist chair too long, I more than likely end up having a panic attack just from sheer animal instinct, I guess. Talk to a neurologist. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because they might have some more nervy solutions. Okay, that's good. So at least, hopefully, stuff can get worked out. I hope I hope it is quite speedy and that they're able to find a good solution, because that's awful. Fool, darn you. There we go. Yeah. Humans are not well designed creatures. whoever came up with the idea of wisdom teeth. I think that's enough thread for one more hex. Oh, nice. You guys cleared E12S? Congrats. Did anyone get the mount? I'm gonna guess maybe not, but that would be cool. But yeah, boo. Dealing with medical stuff is never fun. Oh, nice. The mount did drop for you. Congrats. Is that one, I don't remember, is that one a guaranteed drop on every clear? Or is it still just 8% chance? I don't remember how. Is it a guaranteed? Okay. I wasn't sure if it was or not. Sometimes they're nice to us. It's like, okay, you guys worked hard enough to clear the Savage. You can have the mount. I've only ever raided Savage once. It was fun. It was an FC night. I think it was just pre-Shadowbringers, so we were all capped at level 70. And we decided to spend one of our Fridays mount farming A4S. That was fun. It's the only time I've ever gotten up the gumption to raid Savage. We made it through. Largely because I want to say I was the only newbie on the team. Everybody else had cleared it before. And of course we were 10 over leveled, so it was nice. Oh, I love hilarious clears. Is it as good as the time that I think it was Lucia's carbuncle got in the final hit right as everybody else wiped? But it was just like a single ping faster, so the clear actually counted. I wasn't there for that, but that sounded hilarious. Morning, Bladness. Yeah, I forget what they were fighting. But yeah, that's a fantastic story. Carby MVP. Nope. Bad threat. Dang it. Dropped my needle. Riveting content, I'm sure. literally just needed a single more, or another single stitch, but is what it is. Alright, now white. Also, sadly, there will be no Sasha this morning. She is set to come home later tonight, but she's still up at the cottage. Oh my gosh, amazing. That's incredible. No tank clear. Amazing. Okay, I see. I see, I see. Oh, right, I guess it's only the A raids that drop to 1 tank, isn't it? Morning, Dobby. I'm doing alright. No more cat scratches. This week's the last week at my current job, so I'm doing pretty well. It's amazing how fast the retail burnout kind of vanishes as soon as you know that you're not going to be working retail anymore. Yeah, it's been a pretty good week. Minus the lack of Sasha. I miss her. She'll be back tonight, though.
I think this week, circumstances willing, knock on wood, I will have a Tuesday night stream as well as a Wednesday night. Morning, Merlin. Well, that's a hella cute emote. Not sure what I'll do on Tuesday night yet. I might poke Kara and see if she wants to do like a co-op stream. Or I might just come up and do more sewing. I haven't decided yet. I see you survived the zoo, Merlin. I'm glad. Hopefully everyone else also survived the zoo and the zoo is unscathed. You stayed up way too late? Oh no. I mean, I saw your Discord messages at 5 in the morning. Were you still up? I figured you had just woken up early, which is what I did. I mean, not that I can judge, but honey, please sleep. Or I guess just go back to bed. It's Sunday. Yeah, you slept for like 4 hours. 5 hours. Oh no, I guess it's almost noon now. I mean, I guess. She is the 5 a.m. person. Was she driving home? Or did she just want company? Aha! Thank you, Kitsune. Yes, everybody eat, sleep, hydrate. Oh dear, Muja. Were you just waking up or did you have to be up? But yeah, like I definitely had one of those mornings where this morning I just kind of woke up at 5 a.m. and my body was like, okay, you're awake now. And I was like, but why? But why? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought she was planning to come home today. Gotta love Awake for Reasons. Oof, yeah, 4 hours is not enough. I can usually get by on 6-ish if I need to, but 4 or 5 is not enough. Although anything is better than the time I stayed awake for 25 hours straight because I had to. That sucked. That was while I was traveling, going from the US to Japan. And because of the way my flights were structured, I was awake for 25 hours straight. It was bad. Awake for 25 hours straight plus the 12-hour time change in the middle. Yes, I tried to sleep on the plane. It did not work.
glad that works for you, Musha. Yeah, I definitely find sleeping too much wrecks me just as much as not sleeping enough, for sure. I usually get somewhere between 6 and 8, and I'm good. But yeah, more than 8, and I'm just kind of lethargic and jelly the entire following day. Yeah, you're definitely getting old, Merlin. You are multiple years younger than me, but definitely getting old. I mean, I started feeling old at like 28. But then again, my joints hate me, so. I mean, I remember the first time I felt old, like not physically, but mentally, um, when I was in university, I was tutoring kids. And one day it occurred to me that the kids I was tutoring had been born after like September 11th, 2001, which is like such a formative memory for me because I was in junior high. And just the realization that these kids I was tutoring had been born after that, like, blew my mind. I was like, oh god, I remember that so clearly. I'm so old. Yeah, enjoy that while it lasts, Dobby. It won't last that much longer. I used to do that too during university. And during my first couple years working, I was on night shift. And I would sleep about 5 or 6 hours during the day. And for about the first year, I was fine. And then after that, I was dead. So your body can definitely acclimate to things, but only for so long. I mean, making stupid decisions to do fun stuff in Final Fantasy XIV sounds perfectly fine to me. It's that or move to North America. Or I guess make friends in Europe. But who wants to make new friends when you've already got us? I really like this fabric. I wish I had more of it. Yeah, it definitely varies from person to person how much sleep you need. That's why I kind of side-eye anybody, like especially any doctors that are like, oh, you have to get this amount of sleep and blah 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 blah, because it's like it really varies by person, and you should do whatever is healthy for you. And apparently Spotify's trying to wake us all up. depend. Um, Canada likes to think it's better, but in some ways it's really not. Like we a lot of people like to point at Canada and be like, "Oh, well, at least it's not the States or it's better than the States." But we have our own set of problems and our own set of issues. No country on earth is gonna be perfect. Yeah, exactly, Muja. Like it really depends on the issue because there's Canada still needs to be doing better in a lot of different things. Oh, a genetic thing that allows you to survive on less sleep. That's neat. Makes sense. You'd think that gene would be more prominent, like from an evolutionary standpoint, because it would make you better at surviving, but who knows? Uh, yeah. I mean, that's fairly accurate, Muja. That is definitely one of the areas that still needs a lot of attention and care and activism. That said, I am a Canadian immigrant. I moved here from the States and I'm extremely happy to be here. Um, but yeah, it's just always worth remembering that no country is perfect and it's not fair to point at Canada and say, oh yeah, Canada's not the States. You should go to Canada. Canada's perfect, because it's not. And that trivializes the people and the issues that do still need to be addressed in Canada and that attention should be paid to them. And just dismissing it as, oh yeah, Canada's better, tends to trivialize it a lot. Bear. But that's pretty much all I'm gonna say on the topic, just because I'm not qualified really to comment on the politics or the issues. It's not something I've made a study of. Yeah, and that too, Dobby. That's a whole different kettle of issues. Canada versus US is very different than EU versus North America in general, which I'm even less qualified to talk on. Aww. A chewy baby. I don't even remember how you get that. Oh, it's one of, oh, that's right. It's the botany. Yeah, one of our friends got a spare Grebeloff the other day and sent it Kara's way. You're so precious. That reminds me, I should actually work on gearing up my retainer swoops. And also, like, leveling them. Maybe I'll actually log on this afternoon. Do some tootling. Yeah, I tend to... I'll, like, every time I'm on, I'll cycle their quick ventures, but I need to, like, actually settle down and figure out what levels they're at and re-gear them. Part of the problem is that for a long time I was mainlining MSQ and I was ignoring my gathering, so they had hit level cap because my gathering classes were only around level 50. So I need to, like, actually concentrate and up my leveling to up the cap for the retainers. Also, hey sis. We are just discussing FF14. I have done Aglaya. I've done it once. I did it when... Was it Tamara? Ran it night 2 that it was out. I ran it and managed to somehow get the aiming chest piece first time through, and then I haven't had a chance to run it again. The follow-up, like the questing after it, yeah, I finished out the quest line. If you mean besides that. I am not sure. Yeah, the fights are really fun. Also help I'm way too gay for Azam. Or Azima, rather. Yeah, no, the fights are really fun. Fights are fun, music's great, the gear is beautiful. Oh, lucky. Yeah, I want the Azima minion. I really should run a Glamour. Oh my god, right, Muja? I'm excited to see if we get any of the others taking interesting forms. Yeah, gear is good. Gear is a thing I should pay more attention to. I was just gonna say you're speaking Merlin's language. Ooh, Party Finder Savage Dobby? That's extra challenge. But good luck. Yeah, that's fair, Dobby. I wish you all the luck. Yeah, that's also fair. Ah. Oh, yeah, that's true. It would just sort of be the other end of your sleep scale. You would just have to go to bed a bit early instead of staying up a bit late. Yeah, it's worth a shot though. Like I said, your body can acclimate to pretty much anything, at least for a while. Come on. Be nice to me. Yep. I need more than one thread. Hello to Zach and Cheap Cheap to the other Merlin. I have two Merlins in chat. Oh yeah, by the way, Merlin, I was telling you that my sister has a bird named Merlin. Feline Fairy would be the sister. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've told you, Caitlin. I've got a friend that goes by Merlin. I've been sending her pictures of your bird. Oh gosh, 3 Merlins? That might be too many Merlins. But also, that's a cool name. Is it actually Merlin, or is there a little bit of a Merlin to it? I can never remember exactly how to pronounce the Dutch J when it's in conjunction with other things. Oh, okay. Neat. Aww. Is he trying to make friends with the robins? That's really cute. Is he trying to make friends with the robins, or is he yelling at them to get off his lawn? Letters be weird sometimes, especially if they're letters in a language that you're not super familiar with, or a language that's not your first. He's an old man yelling at them to get off his lawn. Aww. He's not actually that old, though. Because conures can live a fairly long time, right? Because he's only... Well, let's see. You got him after I had moved up here. He's... what? 7 or 8, I think? I might be off. Because you had him... Well, no, he's younger than that. Because you had him before you got married. I don't remember. I'll just wait for you to tell me. Oh, he's 4. Okay. Yeah, so he's an old man in his soul, but he's not actually an old man. That's good. Yeah, I thought that they were one of the birds that lived a really long time. Yeah, the pandemic has messed up my sense of timing on everything. Because it's like, oh, that was only a year ago. No, that was only a year ago pre-pandemic, which means it was 3 years ago. That kind of thing. So, like, I have no idea how long things have been happening at this point. Also, I hope my bird clock doesn't spook him. I have one of those Audubon bird clocks that goes off on the hour. Yeah, exactly, Muja. It's like pandemic time just ceases to exist. And yet, not. You have Lance reincarnated into bird form? Oh no, that's adorable. I didn't realize birds had that much personality. Although I guess, again, it probably depends on the kind of bird. He's also really protective of you, though, isn't he? Since you guys got him so young. I remember you telling me about that. Huh. Oh, those are uneven edges. What happened there? Interesting. Yeah, that sounds right. You are his people. You are his nest mates. Trying to steal Zach's drinks. Only Zach's? Just because? Does he want the drink or does he want the cup that the drink is in? Because he plays with cups and stuff, right? You've definitely sent me pictures of this bird with like a Dixie cup on its head. Stop that. No, stop that. yeah, everybody stretch. Drink something. If you haven't, unshrimp, straighten your posture. I'm just doing a couple stretches for my wrists here. There we go. Oh no, that's so cute. I mean, problematic because I'm gonna bet a lot of those drinks are things that birds should not have, but that's so cute. Yeah, I'm gonna need more papers. When we come down this winter, maybe I'll actually get to meet this bird. Because I don't think I actually have. Because the one time that I got to go to your place, it was right before your wedding. And I think he'd already gone, you'd already taken him to the kennel. So I haven't actually gotten to meet him. So maybe when I come down this winter, Kaylee and I will actually get to meet Merlin. I don't remember what you call a bird babysitting place. I'm just gonna go with kennel. I would love to come visit you, Merlin. Believe me, if I could go down and meet both Merlins, I would. I mean, I don't know. The Carolinas aren't that far from Tennessee. Depends how far you want to drive, I guess. Yeah, it's the far side of Tennessee. My brother and sister-in-law live in Paris, I want to say, which is far on the western side of Tennessee. Boarded. Okay. Yeah, borders. That's a word. I was like, what do you call a bird kennel? Behave, thread. Nice. Have you been waiting on a fate this entire time? Or wait, no, you're Muja. You've been gathering in the area while you wait for the fate to pop, haven't you? Yeah, thought so. I mean, you might as well. Multitasking it beats just standing there. Which relic are you working on? Someday I'll get around to doing those. I should actually finish my Eureka relic, because that's the one I actually want. Well, the one I want most, probably. Oh, nice. Yeah, shiny axe is good. Luckily, the Eureka relic I want most is the, Pagos can go die in a hole. Yeah, luckily the stage that I want is just the second Animos stage for the Scholar book. Because it gets the really cool glowy fairy wings around it. That's the only one that I, like, really, really want. I'll probably get back to the rest of it eventually. Finish your white mage anima last night. Nice. The only relic I've actually done all the way to the end is the Dragon Sun fishing rod. I'll probably get around to the other tools as soon as I get my gatherers actually high enough, like I was saying earlier. Fishing is maxed out at 90. Botany and minor are still somewhere in the 60s, I think. I just need to go grind in Diadem for a few hours. I just haven't had the time or the brain space to do it. Yeah, that's fair, Dobby. I quite like doing the grinds. It's just a matter of finding the time to actually do them. Yeah, I usually have like a Twitch stream or music, or not music, Twitch stream or YouTube on in the background, or a podcast. And then I just kind of go to town. In spirit, working on them all. Yeah, that sounds right. My preferred grind at the moment has been fishing. When I get in a grindy mood, I'll just sit down and fish. Which is why my fisher is maxed out. And I should switch to the others, but fishing is so much fun. Watching One Piece while in the Diadem? Yeah, that sounds right. I'm less than surprised. Like I said, maybe I'll do that this afternoon. Put Julie on and do some grinding. I need to do a couple resin-y things first. I've got a batch that are ready to have the hardware put on them, and then a couple that are ready to be backed and filled, but I ordered more molds last night, so I'll be able to do bigger batches and more at a time, which is exciting. Yeah, I haven't touched any of the relics except Eureka and the fishing rod yet. I'll get around to it. There's just been so much else to do. I have so many classes to level and so many raids to do and so many side quests to do. Too much content. Hashtag too much content. Which doesn't help when I only have the time to play like once a week. Ooh, I am making resin shaker charms. I don't have any that are in easy reach. I should put up some pictures on Instagram. I haven't yet. But yeah, they're little, if you don't know what a shaker charm is, they're just little like resin charms that you can then put stuff in, like glitter or beads or whatever, and then you put a transparency over the top to seal it in, and you end up with like, you know, a little shaking thing that has stuff floating in it. And I've found it's a good way to use the 10 million Pokemon cards I have, because I'll cut them to fit in and drop it in so that it's at the back of the charm, and they're turning out super cute. Give me a second to finish this stitch and then I'll get up and grab one, because they're turning out really, really nicely. That's actually what my craft along submission for Desert Bus was this year, was to do like a matched set of them to be sold as a lot. So we'll see if they decide to take me up on that or not. But I feel like it would be fun and really unique, and like, I mean, we've had that kind of thing before with like sets of necklaces or something. So I feel like it's a good candidate. I listed a couple options for what kind of a set I could do. I could do like evolutions, or I could do a set of the, because I'm using the Pokemon cards, like the energy symbols, of which there's 10 different ones. Or do like a Kanto All-Stars kind of thing, where it's the starters and then some of the other like notable Kanto Pokemon like Pikachu and Eevee and like Mewtwo and stuff. So we'll see, because I think any of those would be real fun to make. I don't actually have any of the Game Boy molds because I feel like that's not boring, but like everybody's doing that. I want to do ones that are a little bit more unique. So I've just been using, I've got a moon, star, heart, and then square, a circle, and a hexagon. And so I've just been cutting the cards to fit into that. And they're going really well. They're super cute. Oh, I used white thread again. I shouldn't have pulled white for this. Oh well. It doesn't really matter. It's just white thread on white fabric is not super ideal from a visibility standpoint. I usually try to use my white thread for actually stitching and then my colored thread for basting. It doesn't really matter. That's what I get for talking and sewing on autopilot. Okay. Take that off my hand. One second. Actually, since we are about an hour and a half in, I'll just straight up take a little bit of a break. Everybody get up, stretch, drink some water, refill your drinks, and I will be back in a minute or two. chat windows back up. Make sure I'm unmuted. Yes, good. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, so these are the ones I have to put. I have to put the clips on them today. But yeah, they're turning out super cute. So that one's a. I know my camera doesn't focus super well close up, but so that one's a Torchic. And then I've got a Dratini. And then, so Serendipity, this round mold that I got, is exactly the perfect size that one of the energy cards fits into it exactly. So I'm like stoked to do more of the energy ones because it's just, it works out really nicely and they fit really well and it looks great. So it's a fairy energy. And then this one was my experiment to try and do a Jobstone one. So it's green because this is the exact color of Kriya's Scholar Glam. I hadn't really planned on doing Scholar, but the resin came out this color, and I'm like, oh, that's exactly the color of his Scholar coat. I'll just make a Kriya charm. Yeah. So I think it worked out fairly well, so I'll probably make some more of those. Yeah. So I'm having a lot of fun with these. Like I said, I just bought a second set of molds so that I can do more of them at once. Because the resin I'm using, you have to let sit for like 48 hours before you can properly unmold them. So, yeah. They're fun. I like them. I like them a lot. Let's see, where can I set these? All right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm happy to share tips and tricks. It's definitely been a little bit of a learning curve. I've got a couple that when I put them up on Etsy, I'll probably put them up for a discount because they didn't turn out as nicely as I wanted them to for various reasons. But I'm learning and I'm figuring out better ways to do things. Like, for instance, make sure they're fully sealed before you try to put the top doming resin on, because resin will not stick to mineral oil. And just make sure they're really well sealed in general, otherwise they leak. I mean, it seems obvious, but yeah. You know, it's a lot of fun. I'm not... The brand of resin that I'm using at the moment is not super ideal for shaker charms. It works. It's fine. It's just I didn't realize when I bought it that it's a resin meant... It's meant more for like coating things and coating artwork to protect it rather than actually casting things. So like it works okay for shaker charms because they're so small and thin, but I won't be able to say use my chess piece molds with it. So I am going to use it up because it works fine. I just need to search for a different brand going forward to actually find a casting resin that's meant for casting shapes, not just flat layers. Break time apparently meant bath time. Aww. I mean, he should also self-care. Bath time is part of that. Also, that break time slideshow, for anyone wondering, is all the cats I have known in my life. Plus Merlin's 2 cats. And minus my old roommate's cat, Midna, because I apparently don't have a good picture of her. She wasn't super photogenic anyway. She was very zoomy. It was hard to get a good picture of her. Aww, a flying rat with a beak. I bet he's still cute. Wet bird is still good bird. Sometimes the thread is just slightly too short to make it all the way back here. And for that, it's just easiest to stick the needle in my mouth and hold it for a second while I get the last edge folded down. Oh no! I'm sorry, Merlin. That was supposedly a... Oh, I can't read it from here. I think that was a mockingbird. No. Can't read it from here. And I don't recognize that bird right off. I'm sorry, Merlin. Anyone working on anything interesting today besides various relic grinds? Which is a perfectly valid way to spend your Sunday. Oh, nice, Dobby. Hey, yeah, did you get your results back from the scoring exam you took? How'd you do? I meant to ask that the following week and then just completely blanked on it. red. It will not. Oh my. Yes, please concentrate on Bartum's medal. That is, that's one that definitely needs all of your fingers in a row. I love that dungeon, though. It's so easy to go sideways if you have a bad pug group, but it's so much fun, too. Once you actually figure out what you're doing. Honestly, Bartum's Medal's probably still one of my favorite dungeons as far as the like the aesthetics and the scenery of it go. It's just so pretty. Bartum's Medal. I actually really enjoy oh crud, what's it called? Not Siren Song C. The one that you end up treasure raiding with Arenvald and Alphino at the end of Stormblood. Crap, I can't remember the name of it suddenly. It's in the Salt Flats. That one's a lot of fun. I really like that one. I also actually really enjoy Pharaoh Sirius hard mode. Scala, that's it. Drowned City of Scala. Yeah, I really like that one. I really like Pharaoh Sirius hard mode. Because Gobby booms. Trying to think of some of my other favorite dungeons. But yeah, those three are probably up there. And of course, all three of them are ones that you like never get in roulette. I actually really like Never Reap as well, which again is one that you never get in roulette because it's one of the optional ones. Don Meg is pretty, but I've had to run it too many times leveling things, so I'm kind of sick of it now. But yeah, maybe that's why I like those so much, is because they don't come up often. Ooh. I could definitely DPS along with you for those, Dobby, if you want. Because I quite like both of those. If you want to clear quests off your journal. I think I actually still have the quests active for a couple of the 70 optionals. I think I might actually still have the quests active for Twining and Academia as well, because I don't think I've gotten to those yet. Because habitually I'll just kind of open the quests for optional dungeons, and then instead of running them specifically, I'll just wait until they come up in roulette. But yeah, I think I still have the quests up for Doma Castle and Temple of the Fist both. It doesn't necessarily have to be today either. Just if you want to run them at some point, give me a shout. Especially considering I'll be on vacation next week. Oh, Hullbreaker Heart's fun too. I actually dislike the regular Hullbreaker because the squid drives me insane. But Hullbreaker Heart's fun. Wait, unless hard mode is the squid. I don't remember which way around it goes now. Also, sorry, Caitlin, we kind of tend to devolve back into Final Fantasy XIV talk in lack of anything better. Since so many of us play it. Yeah, hard is beating up the Maelstrom. That's what I thought. I like hard mode. I'm very fond of Merle Wibb's second, whose name I can never remember how to pronounce. I like him as a character a lot. No, don't be sorry. I'm just warning my sister that this is what she's in for. No, don't be sorry at all. It's a common interest. And I'm always happy to talk about it. I just also acknowledge that sometimes other people might be a bit lost. FF14 is like the only MMO I've ever played. The only one I've ever played seriously, anyway. But it's got such a good story. Keeps yanking me back in. Ah, that makes sense. Fair enough, Dobby. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I mean, again, like I said, it didn't have to be today. I mean, I've also been playing a lot of Diablo 3 again lately. Because Julie mentioned it in the Discord and that set the goblins off in my brain again. Nice. Congrats, Dobby. And you said that was like level 2 out of 3 possible levels, right? And the third one is like, okay, you're a professional kind of thing. That's so neat. Ah, Old Republic. Nice. Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. Good luck. I mean, you know, Caitlin. Final Fantasy XIV is an award-winning MMO, and it has a free trial up to level 60, and it includes the first expansion, Heavensward, if either you or Zach ever wanted to give it a try. I know Kara and I would be happy to play with you. And we've got plenty of FC people that'd be happy to play with you. We always like making new friends. If you wanted to give it a try. That's right, with no restrictions on playtime. And like, if your computers are running Overwatch and Old Republic, they can definitely run 14. Dobby is FC people. Muja is also FC people. Merlin is not, but that's only because she's on the wrong data center. Sorry, stretching to get my glass of juice. Okay, fine. All data center is best data center. You're just not on my data center. Yes, soon. Hopefully by the end of the summer, I think. Data center travel is... Yeah, I was gonna say most of us are at least on Aether. If not in the same server. But I think DC travel is slated for what, 0.18, which should be end of the summer, start of the fall ish. No, Farron and Otto are on light. No, Farron and Otto are on the one that neither of our mains are on. I don't think you have an Aether alt yet. June 7th, DC. Yeah, DC travel is supposed to come with 1.18. So yeah, probably midsummer then. Mid to late summer. God, just give me the island sanctuary. I mean, okay, so I had a thought the other day, Merlin. So I actually have an alt that's based on Sasha that we made during like day 2 of the pandemic lockdown because we were so bored. If you wanted a chance to play a Catboy, you should make a Theo alt. It would be so funny. Catboys are all dumb himbos anyway, so it fits. He would be the dumbest orange Catboy. But yeah, once DC travel comes, you wouldn't necessarily need an alt. Could just DC hop. But yeah, Caitlin, it's so much fun. The story is so well written. The characters are so good. Realm Reborn starts off a little rough, but like it's so worth it to play. And like I said, if you ever want company, I'm happy to play with you. Oh yeah, for sure, Merlin. Yeah, if you wanted to actually join an FC, it would have to be an alt. Yeah. Oh, am I gonna have enough thread to finish this seam? Guess we'll find out. Oh, you did finally play Final Fantasy 15? Good. That game. I have so many mixed feelings on that game. It could have been so much better. But the characters are so good. I'm cautiously optimistic about 16 just because Yoshi P is in charge and I would trust that man with my life at this point. So I'm gonna reserve judgment for sure until we know more about it and I get to play, but I'm cautiously optimistic. And I like that they're making a conscious decision to make it more traditional fantasy themed rather than like the Magitech fantasy they've been drifting towards lately. Like a sort of return to the roots kind of thing. So I'm interested to see how that will play out. Yeah, that should be enough for the last seam. We'll see. Totally got this. They're probably, yeah, I was gonna say they'll probably do like with 15 and port it to PC later. Do like a definitive edition. Yeah, that's the downside. Like, maybe it won't be, but that's the pattern they followed with 15. I mean, at this point, I'm hoping it's not a PS5 exclusive because we don't have one of those yet either. We're planning on getting one, but not until the supply is more steady and the price drops a bit. So if 16 comes out a PS5 exclusive, we'll have to wait on it too. Depending on how soon it comes out. I don't think they've set a release window yet. Theo! Hi, baby. You gonna cause trouble for your mom? You are, aren't you? You're a good orange boy. Nope, nope, nope. Thread, stop that. Purring and his ear twitched. I mean, most cats are smart enough to at least know their names. They might not have much else going on, but they at least know their names. Apparently a week or two ago when I was streaming, Kara was downstairs watching me on the television, and Sasha was sitting down with her. And apparently Sasha kept getting up and looking around because she could hear my voice and couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And she was smart enough to know that it was my voice and too dumb to realize I was upstairs and that she could come find me. Because, hey, my voice was in the living room. Surely I must also be somewhere in the living room. Let's see. She's beautiful, but she's not super smart. Which is probably a good thing for us. Theo is diabolical. Are you sure? Are you sure he doesn't just do it all on the accident? Does he truly mean to do the things he does? Yes, he certainly does. Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's usually my my determination on whether or not the cat actually intends. Like, I remember one time with our previous roommate, or one of our previous roommates, Sasha was sitting on a chair next to the kitchen table, and there was an ink pen sitting like right at the edge of the kitchen table, and as our roommate walked by, Sasha reached up and swatted the pen off the table. So Sean stopped and bent down to pick up the pen and put the pen back on the table. And Sasha stared at him, and while maintaining eye contact, reached up and shoved the pen off the table again. So Sean reached down, picked up the pen, put it back on the table, and for a third time, Sasha just swatted it off the table while staring at him. And at that point, he just walked away. He's like, I can't. The cat wins. It was so funny. Merlin does the same thing. Yeah, I bet. I mean, he probably thinks it's a game, though. He probably doesn't mean evil the way that Sasha does. But that's so cute. I love hearing about the way Merlin plays with you. No, come on. Stay folded. There we go. There we go. Oh, he plays fetch with you? That's so cute. So wait, he throws the toy and you and Zach have to go get it, is what I'm reading from this. Oh, hello, Buttered Bees. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. That should, I think, bump my followers up to 50. Which, hell yeah. So wait, you're telling me he will deliberately throw the ball under furniture to watch you fish it out? That's incredible. It's a smart bird. I don't think I realized he was quite that smart. Well, like, I know birds are smart, of course, but... Good morning. You're not late. You're just, I don't know. Fashionably on time. You've just been chillin' and sewing. Nothing super exciting for you to miss. Other than discussing poor Muja's wisdom teeth. Ah, but did you clean the mess now that you've been distracted by it? Or did you just stand and stare at it for 2 hours? Same brain power as a 6-year-old? Dang. Yeah, I didn't realize he was that smart. That's crazy. Well, good. I'm glad, Kifa. At least got something done. And you're not required to attend my streams. Not required to do anything. Dang, smart bird. He's a green-cheeked conure, right? That's what his species is? Oh! Hi, Mom and Dad. Give them hugs for me. Enjoy lunch. Aw, that's sweet, Kifa. Also, I appreciate it very much. I'm so close to affiliate, I can almost lick it. Mlem. Yup. Mlem mlem affiliate. Om nom nom. Tasty, tasty ad revenue, among other things. Fine, only a mild stabbing. If I didn't have a mild stabbing, would I really even be sewing? Yeah, exactly. Minimum 1 drop of blood per project. Nah, it wasn't even really a stabbing. It was, oh, I'm bringing the needle up in the wrong place, aren't I? I have stabbed myself with needles before. Yeah, you're right. That does seem a little low. Possibly more like minimum 1 drop of blood per hour per project. No, that seems a little high. I've never actually bled on a project. Knock on wood. I've bled, but not on a project. Ooh, groceries. No need to apologize. Groceries are important, especially if they're fridge groceries. Yeah, fridge groceries are best to go in the fridge. Unless it's winter, in which case you can just yeet them onto the porch. We definitely have done that a couple times. Well, not the porch, the balcony. For a half second, I was like, what the heck is that noise? And then I realized it was the background of the music. And I need more papers again. I'm gonna have to get a new notepad soon. That's fine. That's what this one's for. Xandor. Again, I still haven't touched Bosha at all. I should. It's just another thing on the list of stuff I haven't gotten to yet. Currently, as far as leveling goes, I'm trying to get my my Dragoon is at, I think he's at 68. So I'm trying to at least get him to 70 so I can level through trusts. And Eureka. And then Scholar and Summoner are sitting at, I want to say 81. And I want to get them up so that I can do the rest of the role quests. Well, all the role quests minus tank. I feel like it does, but only up to a certain cap. Like, I don't think it gives XP past 80, but or is it doesn't give XP past 70. I feel like it does give XP if you're a low enough level, but I might be crazy. It's been a while since I've been in. And also, they could have very well changed it in the last few patches, and I just haven't taken note. Yes, Merlin. More stickers. Your Alizé is so freaking cute. I can't wait till you put it up on your shop. But yeah, so these are basically just non-sticky sticky notes, like off-brand sticky note or off-brand just note paper basically. Um, and I found them at Dollar Tree a while ago. So I literally have a bag of like another 10 or 12 cubes of them because I saw them for like $1.50 a piece, and I use them for this. And clearly I need a million papers. So I bought like 10 cubes of them when I found them for so cheap. Because it doesn't have to be high quality paper. I'm just using it as templates. It can be the cheapest, shittiest paper in the world. In fact, I know quilters that'll use old newspapers, old magazines, that sort of stuff. Any sort of scrap paper you can make use of for English paper piecing, because it's gonna get recycled at the or thrown away or recycled at the end anyway once it's punched full of holes. Like there's places that sell, or places online that'll sell like pre-made paper pieces to use, and sometimes they're extortionate prices, and I'm just sitting here going, it's geometry. Get a ruler and a pencil and you can totally make your own papers. You don't need to spend an extortionate amount unless you're really super lazy and want somebody else to cut them out for you. Like, I get it. If you have if you really have no time, or if you have a disability that makes it hard to cut your own papers. But it's marketed toward just, oh yes, anyone doing English paper piecing, here's your papers. And I'm just like, but I can my own. I don't need to pay your extortionate prices for the same thing I can make myself. Oh my gosh, Moogle and Spriggan notepads, that would be so cute. I know somebody that would definitely buy one of the Moogle ones. And it would be me as a gift. For somebody you might be able to guess. Yeah, that's fair, Dobby. That's a nice clustering. Let's see. Go this way. Oh my gosh, a Moogle male version? She would die. Oh, I need thread. Clearly, I'm paying a lot of attention. It's fine. Ah, yeah, that's fair, Dobby. I have both Machinist and Dancer at 90. Because I flip back and forth between those as my main. And I was sort of tag teaming them during Endwalker, so they're both up there now. But yeah, other than that, my highest are Summoner, Scholar, and then Dragoon. And then I've just started leveling Archer to get it up there too. Because range DPS life. That is definitely my preferred role, is range DPS. that's fair. Sometimes classes click for you and sometimes they don't. I would say Bard is definitely my least favorite of the three range DPS. And I can't even really pinpoint why. It just kind of is. Probably because I just click so well with Machinist and Dancer that Bard just kind of falls to a distant, not as good for me. I've enjoyed playing Monk. I should start leveling that too. What I really should do, honestly, is take Summoner into Palace of the Dead and figure out what the heck I'm doing. Because I've been leveling through Scholar. I have not touched Summoner since, like, level 40. So I have no idea what I'm doing with a high-level kit for that. Because I was thinking, oh, I should probably switch to Summoner and figure out what I'm doing. And then they announced that there were going to be massive changes coming in Endwalker. So I just kind of shelved it, and I'm like, well, I'll learn after the changes, and I just haven't gotten back to it yet. Oh no, if you want button DDR, you need to play Dancer, ironically. I think I've mentioned this before. I think the thing I don't like as much about Bard, or the thing that doesn't click with me as much about Bard, is that the rotation can be so variable because of weaving in your different songs and stuff. Whereas Dancer has procs, but they're mostly single buttons. And then Machinist has a fairly set rotation. You're pretty much doing the same actions. There's not a lot of branching or, like, if this then that kind of stuff. Like, it feels like there is for Bard. But that might just be me. Oh yeah, Dancer, the button DDR is real. Partially because you have an entire separate set of actions for whether you're AoEing or whether you're single targeting. I actually have them on, because I use controller. So I actually have my AoEs and my single targets on two separate hotbars that I kind of toggle between depending on what I'm trying to do. It's not bad. It's just there definitely is some DDR going on. Yeah, that's fair, Merlin. That's how I feel about Machinist. I can play Machinist in my sleep. Let's go this way. Yeah, that's fair. Now that we have, not trusts, duty support. Now that we have duty support in Realm Reborn, maybe I'll actually learn to tank. I mean, I probably will learn to tank. It's just a matter of when. mean, that's also fair, Kifa. I enjoy melee, but not as much as ranged. So I think I will always be a ranged bitch. Yeah, Farron is a tank. I'll have to learn to tank sooner or later. It's just a matter of when will I get time to actually play on him. But also no, don't steal my tank spot. I mean, Farron is the ult that's on Primal, I think. So I'd have to be working really, really hard to steal your tank spot. Yeah, for sure. I'll play him a bit on my week off. Most definitely. I do have an ult on Siren that's technically a tank. She's my Alamegan Row lady. I'll get to play her more now too, I think. Because the tankxiety is real. I don't really want to be learning to tank with other people. Goodness, it's already 2 o'clock, isn't it? Well, I've got 2 more papers. I'll finish doing those 2, or this length of thread, whichever runs out first. And then I'll probably call it a day. Because I should get lunch. I did hit 50 followers. I think I have to maintain that for like a month before it'll actually let me apply for affiliate or something along those lines. But also congrats on your affiliateness, Merlin. Exciting. We're moving up in the world, sort of. I may take you up on that, Bobby. We'll see. I suspect, knowing myself, that once I actually start tanking, the anxiety will go away a lot. It's the anticipation anxiety. It's the fact that I haven't learned how to do it yet, so my brain is freaking out about it. I suspect that once I actually like rip off the band-aid and start doing it, it won't be nearly as bad. Yeah. So my big problem, and this is sort of why I've put off tanking so long, is I have absolutely no sense of direction. And even in the dungeons where like it's only a straight path, half the time I'll get turned around in the boss arenas and start trying to run out the entrance instead of the exit. And I'm afraid of doing that as a tank because then I just look dumb. Or I have to stop and take like 30 seconds to orient myself, and that makes me feel dumb too. Like, that's honestly most of it, is I don't want to look like an idiot and start running in the wrong direction because I've gotten turned around. Oh, that's true, Dobby. I hadn't thought about that. With tank, you just kind of stay in one place. Yeah, I get turned around as range DPS real easy because I'm usually running in circles around the boss. Or back and forth across the entire arena to avoid mechanics. Follow the treasure chests. Yeah, that's true. But still, that it takes a minute to stop and spin around and figure out where they are. But yeah, once I actually get doing it, it won't be bad. I feel like it's gonna be like healing in that I'll have to be in the right mindset for it. Whereas with DPS, it's just turn brain off, push buttons. Yeah, I think Machinist is always going to be my main. I've been playing it since I started at this point. Well, so when I initially started playing on Maria, I started as Archer. Very quickly switched to Conjurer for the healer queues. And kind of switched back and forth between Bard and White Mage up to Heavensward. Once I hit Heavensward and was able to pick up Machinist, I just have kind of been living the Machinist life. I unfortunately never got to experience the interesting hell that was initial Heavensward Machinist. But I started playing on Stormblood Machinist, which was almost as bad. So at this point, I've kind of got so much sunk into Machinist. Also, I think I've mentioned before, the audio cues for both machinist and dancer are very, very satisfying for me. I really, really like the ka-chunk noises, and it just comes out very satisfying. Gunbreaker, huh? I mean, I want to level a tank from 1, just so I know what I'm doing. But then, yeah, I am looking forward to trying Gunbreaker. Blah. Sorry, needle in mouth again. Alright. I will... Oh, yep, look, I'm out of thread and out of papers at the same time. It's a sign. So I will call it for the day there. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you to my followers. I will be back probably Tuesday. I don't know doing what yet, but I would like to start doing a 3rd stream in a week. Yeah, I totally did this on purpose. I totally measured my thread to do this on purpose. Alright, so Tuesday we might be doing more of this, we might be gaming. I haven't quite decided yet. We'll see how it goes. But for now, thank you all for joining me. Thank you to everybody that has checked out Chris's GoFundMe. The link is down in the description, and also I'll drop it in here. I actually ordered some pigments yesterday that I'm hoping will give me really nice trans flag colors in my resin. I need to do some more experiments. I experimented with what I've got and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, so I'm having to get some new pigments. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff happening. There's commissions. Merlin's offering commissions. Some other people are as well in exchange for donations. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. As is tradition, I think I will send you guys, I assume Julia's streaming. I think I saw her go live notice. Yep, and she's doing FF14. So, looks like she might be doing Reaper quests. I know that's what she was doing last week. But yeah, I will send you guys Julie words. Have yourself a good night, a good day, and I will see you guys later on in the week.